Greetings, everyone. I'm with Hamster.
And you are wearing what looks like jaggi armor.
Oh yeah, I pate'd him and cut him into little pieces, and then I made armor out of him.
How rude.
I got a nice little cap to go with it.
Indeed.
Well, I think I kind of like the cap better than the male version of the helmet. Which just looks like you took a piece of skin and put on top of your head.
Yeah, it's kind of silly.
So,
This is the fate of many monsters, though.
Mhm.
Becoming armor.
And this is a very good starting armor once you've killed enough great jaggies. You get some attack boosting, you get half stun time, and you get a little stamina for drinking potions, and double the effect for rations.
Yeah, it's a great set for beginners, and it's also quite defensive compared to the other stuff you
Oh,
get
yeah.
access to.
Gives you a little offense, gives you some more defense, and when you're doing missions, rations will count as well done steaks, and well done steaks will have a little extra oomph to them.
Yeah, it's quite nice.
You won't really have to worry about stamina, which is good early on. Also, I figured, you know what, this armor set could use a little decoration. I'm just showing it off a little bit there, and a little upgrading. Basically, the decorations are like extra skill points that I'm tossing into things. So I decided to toss some attack, so I'll get attack boost medium. And I'm upgrading the defense from just armor spheres, which is which helps me survive longer
Which is good.
because I'm using the greatsword.
Yeah.
And I know I'm gonna get punched. I don't like getting punched.
Yes. You're going to get punched a lot.
And here's one of the good virtues. I could show off just selling items directly from the box if I need some extra money for, say, a decoration or a armor upgrade.
Ah, yes. Selling from the box is glorious.
Something you really couldn't do in previous generations.
As well as combining in the box.
Well, that you could do in previous generations.
Well, yes, but I mean, it's up there in usefulness. It's about the same. It's very good. But yeah, having to cart things from the box to sell them was always a pain.
So I'm going to be doing a little bit of a gathering mission. No guts, no glory.
Boy, more guts.
Get 3 monster guts. Only I'm doing it in the desert, so it should be we should be getting to see some new areas in the desert.
Yeah. You know what happened last time you got monster guts, though?
Yeah, but
You failed at dying.
yeah, I know. I was kind of disappointed at that. I really wanted to die. I even just stood there on the beach and was like, "All right, I'm giving you this one. I'm just not gonna do anything and let you kill me." And I just didn't care anymore. If you
LP
didn't care,
curse.
I wasn't gonna care.
It's the LP curse. You can't do what you want to.
Exactly.
That would be entertaining.
Yeah, I wasn't just gonna. I was gonna make it look like I was putting up a good fight, you know? Apparently I was putting up too good of a fight, though.
You were supposed to win. That's what we all wanted to see.
Oh, that'd take a long time. With those weapons? I don't think it's possible with those weapons.
No, probably
I'd
not.
have to come back and go like, oh man, I gotta get my payback.
Yeah, and even then, he'd just flee instead
Yeah,
of die.
it just goes like, you know what, screw it.
He gets repelled.
And as you can see, we're actually in the desert parts of the desert.
You looked quite uncomfortable there.
Yeah. You see the 9, 10, and 8, they have like a nice little yellow spot. If it's daytime, it'll be hot, and you'll slowly start losing health over time.
That's no good.
And also what I used there a second ago was a sonic bomb. Monsters that are either underwater or underground are susceptible to being sonic bombed, which usually stuns or flinches them.
And is very useful for getting these things out of the ground.
And I remember to bring a bug net. Let's see if I can't get some blue
Excellent.
hoppers. Thunderbugs never.
Hoppers are good.
Yeah, thunderbugs are good. But no dice.
How sad.
And plates are falling off the shelf in the background.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Oh dear indeed. So, this is basically the mission where they sort of show you, hey, the sonic bombs exist, and try to give the player the idea that, oh yeah, sonic bombs work on things that are underground, or, you know.
Yep. And are quite useful at that.
So if the player keeps this in mind, they might think, you know, whenever they see a sonic bomb in the box, that maybe there's a time you can use them, and which is always true.
Yep. They don't put them in there if you don't need them.
Well, you know, even if you don't use them, they're still free item that you can keep for when you will need them.
Right, they're not a supply item.
But you can always just make them yourself and bring them for the mission, which is what I usually do. It's always nice to have extra. And the backward swing is actually surprisingly useful for killing small little critters. I just want to actually point that out.
Yep, that's its real use.
Even like with large monsters, it's fairly useful.
Right, but against large monsters, you're going to be busy doing other things.
Well, mainly avoiding getting hit or blocking, in my case.
Yeah.
But even with large monsters, you do still deal quite a lot amount of damage from just, you know, normal attacks and not just charged attacks. Charged attacks are nice if you get them off, but some monsters, there's just not time unless they're...
Oh yeah, you definitely don't want to rely on them too much.
Like slow monsters, yeah, rely on charged attacks. But fast monsters, you're probably better off just doing normal attacks. And if they flinch or they're knocked prone, then you might want to just do a charge attack. Not even if it's like, you know, just level 1 or 2 maybe. If you can get a level 3 off, that's great, but don't count on that.
Right.
But I think the Delix hunting is going fairly well. I'm slowly starting to get the hang of the Greatsword. As you can see, I just completed the subquest.
Yep.
And greetings, let's play guest commentator there in the background, sneezing.
No comment.
Another useful item from these Delix, they are sharpened fangs. They are very useful in online multiplayer.
They sure are.
But we get more into that when we do the multiplayer, actually. Well,
right.
When we did the multiplayer, I should say. We're not quite done, but we got a lot of recording done.
Yeah, we're pretty far along.
Yeah. We're doing all our grinding, so that'll be fun.
Oh, all of the grinding.
Yeah. But, you know, I could just have jump cut to the back to the camp, but you know what? I thought of, you know, since it's still a new area, people might want to see the desert a little bit more. And
a little tour.
That and I got glue hoppers, so, you know, victory.
Yay, glue hoppers.
Yeah. Just show it off. Basically, they're glue.
Glue bugs.
Yeah, you squash them and you turn them into glue.
You squash them and then your hands will never be clean again.
Oh. You squash them and then your hand's stuck to the ground. Oh no.
Handle with care.
Yeah, don't squash them. Don't squash them unless you need to get your hand stuck somewhere.
That's right. Leave it to the professionals.
This is why you capture them with bug nets and don't try to catch them with your bare hand.
Indeed.
One second later, you go smack, and then you're like, I caught one! Oh, crap. My hand is stuck to the stone. Oh no, great jaggi's coming. Can't move.
Oh my.
Terrible. New Monster Hunter trap, glue trap.
Glue trap.
Yeah.
A bunch of glue hoppers and net.
Made of nothing but glue hoppers. Just they walk into the trap and then splat, there's glue everywhere.
That sounds incredibly unpleasant.
It does, especially if it's super glue.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Hope you weren't too attached to that skin.
Well, I probably couldn't use their skin for armor afterwards.
Yes, you get a shiny from trapping them in a glue trap.
Their skin will have a nice gloss to it. But as you can see, the Mocha forecast, there is 2 great jaggies every day.
Oh my.
Yeah. We got a nice breeding season going on. No, wait, this is not. That was actually Ludroth breeding season. Could have sworn this video I had a great jaggy breeding season. Great jaggy, but just jaggy breeding season.
Oh my, that would have been.
Yeah.
That would have been
Jaggy breeding season is a pain to do 2 great jaggies especially in this point of the game.
Pretty dangerous. Pain, and also something you really shouldn't inflict on your poor console.
Also, I was just showing off, I can actually do a KO attack for people using Great Sword and wanting Kelby Horns.
Yep.
Just
bash them with the slide.
Basically what you do is you push the kick button, and then you use, I believe it is the regular attack button, then you do a flat blade smack after you do a kick.
Indeed.
But,
not useful aside from knocking out small monsters, but it's there.
Yeah. Not all weapons have that option.
This is true. Something like longsword can't knock things out.
Yeah, the longsword and the switch axe, they didn't really give KO attacks, but they didn't expect people to get them early on in single player for when you're going to go do the Kelby hunting mission.
Right. And there's both of them.
Yeah. So, so when we enter 6 the nest, we might start to see quite a bit of slowdown. And this is why it's kind of painful during jaggy breeding season. They'll both have minions, and on top of that, you have tons of infinite respawning jaggy everywhere. So your poor old Wii is just going to be chugging along, barely able to handle everything.
They're already getting some pretty bad slowdown doing it here.
Yeah, just a light amount of slowdown.
Well, it's noticeable at least.
But, I guess the only bright thing about it is you get more time to think. What attack is he doing?
Oh dear.
Broke one face.
I wouldn't say the jaggies are hard enough for you to really need that help.
No. And broke a second piece. There we go.
Congratulations.
Broke their heads.
They weren't using them anyway.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they weren't. And, so, I guess to comment on my terrible great sorting skills, the thing is, I know since they can't really hurt me too much, I like to play chicken, like right there.
Oh.
I like to play chicken with the charge attacks, which you really shouldn't be doing.
No, you really shouldn't. This is probably about the only thing you can really afford to do it with.
Well, there's another monster that's like Great Jaggy that you can probably do it with.
Probably, but he would still hit a bit harder than this.
And as you can see, I was playing chicken again. But that hip check. That hip check.
Oh, hip checks. Welcome to Monster Hunter.
Yeah. Again, I'm still kind of refining my greatsword usage. I have gotten a little bit better for the people who watched the stream video I did. Just with me, I guess grinding, I should say. I did get a little bit better. Not much though. I'm still pretty terrible at greatsword, but you know, I've started to learn the intricacies. And when he does flee like that, when he's limping, that's when he is weakened, for one. And secondly, always keep an eye on him, because as he goes away, he can sometimes drop a shiny, which we will see in another video. I'll actually show that off.
Shinies.
They're usually pretty bad.
Oh hey, you even got a commodity.
Yeah. Guess what I'm gonna go for? Always pick up the commodities.
Always.
But it was a pretty bad one, though.
Oh well. It's still something you wouldn't have had otherwise.
Man, look at all those jaggies. And
oh man,
great
it's
jaggies.
not even breeding.
Yeah, if it was breeding season, we'd probably get about twice as many things here. But, And he was a jerk. He decided to go for the corpse that's on the ground there instead of the actual food.
How rude.
Well, I shouldn't say the actual food because I poisoned that.
Yeah, the corpse is the actual food.
Yeah. But basically, what I would say the thing I'm doing wrong the most, well, I can afford to do with Great Jaggi, but what I shouldn't be doing is I shouldn't have my greatsword out at all times. I should actually put my greatsword away so I have mobility.
Yeah, that
and then hold the running button down, and then do a charge and unsheathing attack, because that will do a lot more damage.
Unsheathing attacks are pretty great.
Unsheathing attacks generally does more damage. And on top of the... And here's a little fun fact about the dashing unsheathing attack. If you charge it up, it has a ESP effect, which means you will not bounce no matter what. Well, if your sharpness is below yellow, then you will bounce, even with ESP.
Yeah.
But in general, you're not going to bounce. So you could attack the toughest parts of monsters if done right.
It's definitely useful. Hammer charge works the same way.
Also, I should note that for the people who missed it, when I killed him, I got a ton of points.
You sure did.
Delicious.
This is definitely a good way to get points. Free hunt.
Now, there will be no reward box for free hunt, but you will get your usual carves. You'll get something else instead of, you know, item drops, and we'll be seeing that in a bit. But for now, we got one more Great Jaggi to take down.
Can't let him escape now.
No, I already wounded him. I broke his head. I gotta finish the job.
There's already going to be enough Great Jaggis in the next few days.
Not that I need more Great Jaggis after this.
Well, yeah, but you don't want to let them get too many.
They'll sort each other out, I'm sure.
I'm sure the town can handle it.
The village guard it's above his pay grade to hunt a Great Jaggi.
No dear.
Yeah, he's the laziest guard ever.
There's only a few times where his complaints are actually valid.
And, as you see, this one's limping away. Wonderful. That means he's almost dead.
Soon to be.
I should note that if you do die in Great Hunt, there's no real penalty, as it's not a mission.
Yep, you will get kicked back to the camp, but you won't lose any sort of reward or anything like that. You can do it as many times as you need to.
Yeah, exactly. So it's actually a very good way to practice if you do not, of course, get your basic items like rations and whatnot. You gotta bring your own stuff. But honestly, dying can be advantageous too, because then you don't need to use stamina items, and you get your stamina back. But you do lose your food buff if you took one.
Right. And there you go. A whole bunch more points.
I see you're a couple seconds ahead of the video.
Nope.
Yeah, you were that with the Argosy ship too.
Unfortunate.
I just, tried to play it out as well.
Well, then why are you talking about it?
Because they're going to see in the video regardless. So, in the thread, I should probably mention ahead of time, so people don't get confused. I did mention that I'm gonna avoid, repeat fights. What I was showing off here was some free hunt, and something that I'm gonna do with the commodity trading, so it's not because I want to, let's go kill a lot of Great Jaggis. And there is a mission where there's capture Great Jaggi. That is a key quest, and that's reason enough for me to show it off.
Right.
But in general, they'll have a hunt version of it and a capture version of it in the missions of the big monsters. And then it'll basically be one of those two are the key quests, and I'll only do the key quest on recording. So I will be ignoring the other ones. I might show off some monsters in free hunt, Not too sure about that, unless there's something I really want to show. It might be like a bonus thing. Well, oh, I'm gonna hunt this big monster in free hunt. As you can see, I've done a little off-screen grinding. And when you cash in your big monster hunts, you can get, well, rare commodities. And
you can.
And these are very useful for trading with the Argosy. And you'll usually get a, pardon my French, a crap ton of regular commodity items from it too. So while you don't get items in your reward box, you're mainly doing it for commodity items.
Right.
And this is basically how you get rare commodity. You fight big monsters, and then you can afford these special items.
Yep.
I really do want the double barbecue spit. Oh my god, I want it. It's so good. It is a little bit of a pain to trade. I wish I could put more skulls in so I could trade for multiple 1-star items.
Right.
But I can kind of see why they didn't do it that way, because that way you could afford the more expensive items with just the easy commodities to get right off the bat.
Right.
There are monsters that will require 2-star, 3-star, and 4-star, and they will be like the higher tiered monsters you get the commodity items from, and they will be a bit rarer. So, you know, that's why you can't abuse like the 1-star commodity items, which are really easy to get. They drop like candy.
Yeah, pretty much.
And this one is a really good item. This will upgrade my fishing fleet. Well, one of the boats.
Yes. That's definitely something you want to get as soon as you can.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna show that off right now. Just gonna get my delicious fish. And as you can see, he has 2 stars by his name, and I can send him to a higher level area.
Yeah.
If they're happy enough with where you've sent them from their little remarks, then they can get a temporary star, which is why I keep saying I want to kind of level up their happiness. Right. And even after you've maxed out your ship, they can get a 4th star, which is just a temporary 4th star. And then they can get some really good stuff.
Yeah, really, really good stuff.
Mm-hmm. So you generally want to send them off where they give you remarks.
Yeah, if they suggest something, then let them do it.
Mm-hmm. And usually they'll come back with a better haul.
Yep, and you'll get even more better stuff in the long run.
Even more better stuff.
Yes, even more of the better stuff.
Heh. And since I got a little extra furniture piece, I thought I'd put a piggy there with its nose twitching. I do like the subtle effects that all the furniture does have.
Yeah, it's not just static objects.
Well, the plants are.
Some of them are, but I mean...
Yeah, for the most part, most of them aren't. Like the mushroom, it kind of has a psychedelic glow to it.
Yeah.
So, I'll quickly show off before the video ends. The double barbecue spit.
Oh boy.
And the reason why I put this armor on is because it gives me barbecue plus.
Which is kind of a must for the double barbecue spit.
It allows you to time it a little bit better, and you'll see why in a moment. Just gonna get through that delicious loading screen out into free hunt, which is the best place to barbecue.
Of course.
And with the double barbecue spit, you know, your barbecuing woes will, it'll be a thing of the past. I'm going to show you just how fast you can grill 10 steaks.
I have plenty of barbecuing woes, for I do not have access to single player.
I know, our stipulations that we put on ourselves.
The horror.
So,
horror.
What you want to do is you want to hold the R trigger down, and just keep holding the R trigger down, and you'll just, you know, rapid fire these steaks. Keep putting them down. And with the barbecue plus ability, you can actually time it with the music. Normally you cannot time with the music. And then just, you know, rapid fire shotgun these barbecues. Yeah.
Yeah, all of the delicious steaks.
So, you know, just spend a couple minutes doing this, and you'll probably have a ton of steaks. Also, the great jaggies are just moving about, mind their own
They
business.
sure are.
And last steak.
So tasty.
Perfect.
Good job.
We'll all see you next time.